Let's talk about 2025. I'm going to share some of the things we're doing to stay organized, how we've mapped out our plan, and we're going to take you a little bit behind the scenes. In this video, I'm going to share 3 big things, and stay to the end because I've got a bonus tip. All right, let's dig in. The first thing we're doing is it's all about getting organized, right? And when it comes to getting organized, look, I love my phone, I love digital media, I love my Google Calendar, but there's also something about like pen and paper. So I have to-do lists that I use each and every day. I actually have a little notepad that I use where I can write down like, what am I working on? What's coming up? It's just a really easy thing that I have by my desk so I can keep track of what's going on. I also love a good notebook. And if you know me, I have a lot of notebooks. I'm always taking notes, especially when I'm on calls or when we're doing training. And so that really helps me to stay organized as well. Also, I'm a big spreadsheet person. So we use Google Sheets to really map everything out. And the way we use Google Sheets is to really look at all the different types of content that we're putting out. So we put out a lot of content. We have short form video on TikTok, Reels, Instagram, Facebook. We also have our podcast. We have our weekly Coffee with Katie that I do exclusively for our Get Social Smart Academy family every single week. We do masterclasses throughout the year. So there's a lot of content that's happening. And so we use a Google Sheet to break that up and to show what's happening when. We do a big brainstorm all of our topics for the year. And then we break it down and go, okay, what does that look like? Does that make sense to do that in January or February, March? And the beautiful part about a plan is you can always rearrange things. You can always move things around. So having a little bit of things that are written out, but also digitally helps and makes a big difference. And then, of course, it can't just stay on the spreadsheet or on a piece of paper. You got to put some of your big to-dos on a calendar. So we use Google Calendar for that. And I'm always putting in little reminders of things that we need to post or schedule. And just those little things really help to stay top of mind. So getting organized, obviously, that's key. The second thing we do is we plan ahead for 12 months at a time. One of the things I do every November, December is my husband and I, Paul and I, who's also my business partner, we sit down, we look at what do we want to do over the next 12 months? And to be honest with you, one of the things we always start with is our family time. What are the vacations we want to take? When are our kids out of school? And we started doing this years ago, is to really look ahead. Because as an entrepreneur, if you don't plan your time off, if you don't plan your boundaries of when you're going to take calls, when you're going to work with clients, you will quickly just be saying yes to everything. And we've just found having some boundaries and planning out those days off, those vacations can really make a big difference. One of the things that we did last year is I took Friday and I said, Fridays are going to be no Zoom Fridays for Katie. And I did it. I was very proud of myself. All 2024 did not have one Zoom call or one webinar on any Friday in 2024. And that was a really big deal for me. Now, it's not that I didn't work, but being able to have those boundaries to say yes to certain things, no to certain things. So I would encourage you as you look ahead to your 12-month schedule, what kind of schedule do you want to have? Do you want to say yes to? Do you want to say no to? And that really does make a big difference. The third tip I would give you is always be creating. When I look at content, we do content in a couple different ways. First off, I do plan out 1 or 2 days a month where I'm batching a lot of content. I always say if I'm going to do my hair and makeup and record one video, you better believe I'm going to record a bunch. So I do set aside some time to batch record and also edit. But I also look at life as content. And I think that there's a big opportunity, especially if you're a busy entrepreneur. I know there's a lot of you who are in real estate and maybe you just don't have time to set aside an afternoon to record. So what I would encourage you to do is just to look at your life as content. As you are out and about, you're having those days where you are dolled up, you're feeling good, and you're in the car and you're driving around and you're meeting clients, record content. I actually did a reel about this recently where I was in the car, parked, of course, not driving, talking about the power of just doing quick videos right in your car. The lighting is usually good, nobody's around, and you can share something quick and easy. So especially nowadays, when we think of content, I think of a couple different types of content that we really focus on. For some of the content you see here on our YouTube channel, a lot of this is pillar content that's longer, content that has my expertise, my opinion. It's where we can really go deeper into some of the topics and trainings that we cover. It's in the moment. And so sharing insights or your hot take or maybe even a rant of how you really feel about something. So look for those moments of opportunities as you're out and about. Sometimes the most mundane things can be a great piece of content. You're making a cup of coffee, you're getting your hair done for the day. Those little things, you're taking a walk, you're spending time with your family. Those little moments can also be used as a way to share. One of my good friends always says the magic is in the mundane. And that's really what it's all about. It really helps to be relatable in a big way. Okay, I've got a bonus tip for you. Now, we've talked about mapping out your plan. We've talked about looking at your life as content. We've talked about setting some boundaries. But a little bonus tip that I want to share with you is this time of year, as you're watching this, if you're watching this at the beginning of the year, it's a great time to update a few things. So update your headshot and update your cover photos. Now, there's some great templates in Canva that you can use to update your cover photos. We like to update those across the board on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, but also your photo, right? Your avatar. A lot of times we've got that same photo that we've had for years, and there's nothing worse than someone meeting you for the first time and they say something like, "Oh my gosh, you look nothing like your photo." So update your photo, even if it's just a great selfie, get up there. It really does make a big difference. How are you when it comes to planning out your strategy for 2025? Are you a work in progress? Let me know in the comments below. Let me know how I can help. And if you're looking for a strategy for helping you map out your plan and staying consistent, we would love for you to check out our Get Social Smart Academy. You can go to KatieLance.com/academy to check it out. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, we'd love if you'd hit the subscribe button and the bell button, as we have new videos that come out all the time. All right, my friends, let's make 2025 your best year ever. We'll see you soon. Bye for now.